What's up, fuckers? Joe Garcia, GarciaMMA.com. Today I wanted to address something that people ask me a lot, and that's how do I get a fight? 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 People ask me this all the time. And I think the question that people should be asking is, how do I get a fight and win? But it's never the case. It's just, how do I get a fight? How do I get in the cage? Just put gloves on me, fuck training, fuck all that. I just want to get up, get the gloves on, and get in the cage and fight somebody, okay? And if you just want to fight, you know, if your whole goal is just getting in the cage and fighting somebody, go to MMA.tv, go to events, look for an event in your state and call the number. And it's that easy. And like, getting an MMA fight is literally as easy as showing up, having a mouthpiece, making a certain weight, and not having HIV. Like, it's literally that easy. It's not as hard as some people might think. But if you want to get a fight and win, if the question you're meaning to ask is, how do I successfully launch my amateur MMA career? It's a little bit harder, but I can help you, okay? So number one, the first thing you want to do is train at a legitimate gym, okay? There's plenty of people, and this was myself back in the day included, like, they buy fucking puzzle mats and they just put puzzle mats down in the garage and they buy some boxing gloves and they spar and wrestle each other all day and put holes in the wall. And I mean, that's cool and all, but that's only gonna get you so far, okay? So look up a gym in your area, okay? If it's 20-30 minutes away, maybe see if there's somebody in the area that trains there that you can carpool with if you don't drive. But find a legitimate gym. Find a gym that has a track record of successful amateur fighters and possibly even professional fighters, okay? And look at who the coach is, you know what I mean? Has the coach fought before, or is the coach just some guy, okay? Make sure you're training with legitimate people and under a coach that knows what the fuck he's talking about, okay? Just the worst thing in the world, you know, when some guy who watched a bunch of karate videos on YouTube starts up a gym and doesn't know a fucking MMA fight from a hole in his ass, okay? So train at a legitimate gym, please. Okay, the second thing is get your cardio right, okay? Listen to me. And if you don't take anything else away from this video, then take this away from this video. Amateur fights are won and lost on cardio, okay? It's not about being an insanely skilled boxer or striker or, you know, wrestler or anything like that. It's cardio. Amateur fights are won and lost on cardio. So get your cardio right. The amateurs, it's a learning experience. It's about developing yourself as an athlete, okay? So get your cardio right, please. I've seen guys that have immense technical prowess get smashed because the other guy was in better shape, okay? If you don't have you win, you ain't got shit, okay? Don't train for a specific opponent, okay? So if they say you're fighting Joe Blow, don't go look up Joe Blow and stalk his Facebook every day and see what he's doing, and, well, he fights like this, so I'm gonna fight like that, and he does this, so I'm gonna do that. Fuck that. You're not fighting in the UFC. Don't train for a specific opponent. Get your stand-up right, get your wrestling right, get your jiu-jitsu right, get in shape. The time to train for a specific opponent is gonna be light years down the road. So don't train for a specific guy, okay? And don't cut a ton of weight, okay? Now, for the wrestlers that are sucking their tongue at me, okay, you can cut a little bit of weight. But I'm saying don't cut 20, 30 pounds for your first fight, okay? That's stupid, even if you know how to do it. Test your skill first, because you're never gonna know how good you really are if all of your talent is being sucked out of you because you forgot, number two, get your cardio right, okay? If you cut a ton of weight, it's gonna sap the shit out of you. You know, a 10% dehydration is like a 50% decrease in performance. Why would you want that in your first fight? Don't cut weight for your first fight. If you're 165, take your first fight at 170. You know, if you're 156, okay, maybe cut the pound and make 155, but don't cut a ton of weight for your first fight, okay? The time to cut weight is gonna come later on down the road. And the last thing is gonna be getting mentally tough, okay? Understand it's a fight, okay? You're gonna get hit. People are gonna be watching you. Your opponent is not gonna take it easy on you. I mean, the sport's not for everybody. And if you're not mentally tough, then you might want to find something else to do. You're gonna be nervous, okay? Understand it's okay to be nervous. That is your body preparing for what it's about to do. But just get mentally right and know exactly what you're getting into. And that's gonna come back to training under a legitimate coach, training around other fighters, and knowing exactly what to expect. So those are basically the major things that are gonna get you ready for your first fight. I mean, the list goes on and on, but if there's like a set in stone things that you really need to do to get started in MMA. Those are it, okay? So like, comment, subscribe, share. If you want a more detailed version, there's an article on my website. There's a link in the comments. MMA 101, preparing for your first fight. So leave me some feedback. Fighters out there, coaches, if you have anything to add, please do. I'll talk to you guys soon.